Hello, I'm back today and thought I would try and record another video for everyone. Kind of want to talk about life as a reject, a perpetual reject, as an outcast, as someone most of society sees as less than, unworthy. Um, I've been through a lot of trauma like that with family, both biological and non biological, um, in churches, schools, um, community activities, situations, acquaintances, so called friends, um, significant others, um, and probably since I was born. I briefly spoke about how I was treated as an infant by my mother, um, and I have received that kind of treatment from her my whole life. Um, Being distant, name calling, being neglected, etc. Um, Received very similar treatment from my biological father, or received treatment like that from both of their biological and through marriage relatives and their families. Um, People thought it was okay to beat me, to punish me for asking questions or for having a certain preference. It could be something like I didn't want to eat salad dressing, so I would literally be sent to bed hungry instead of giving me a salad that didn't have salad dressing on it. That happened actually a few times. Um, from wanting to play with myself, with my toys or whatever, or I would be writing sometimes, just writing. So they would further punish me by making me sit in a room, not able to go anywhere. Can't go outside, can't go to the kitchen, etc. Just to the bathroom. Um, because I didn't want to play with my cousins or my brother. Mind you, these are individuals that used to either physically assault me, take stuff from me, lie on me, or some combination thereof. Um, I would get punished for being too quiet by my peers. They would bully me and pick on me for it. By adults, I would get berated, questioned, scolded. Um, just, it was awful. I would get told stuff like, you don't want to be a part of this family. I remember hearing that so much from different relatives growing up. Um, to the point where, I mean, basically, it got to that point. I wish I had a better family. I wish I had love and acceptance, peace. Um, I don't have that. I strive to have that for my child. Um, I've been robbed, stolen from at different points in my life. So the first time was when I was a little child. Um, I would find money all the time, somehow, money and jewelry, and I always wanted to save it. And then my parents would take it. And then so once I realized every time I find money, every time I find something valuable, they want to take it from me. So maybe I should just spend it. So it got to the point of where they would not allow me to spend it. But then once they assumed I forgot about it or whatever, they would take it. Um,
it was not like a lot. It was probably in total from the age of about 4 to 9ish, maybe $100 and something in total. Um, I'd literally find like $10, $15 here and there. Um, yeah, a couple of rings, few rings actually. Um, what else? The most recent one was a couple of years ago, which completely derailed my life. It was $13,000 that I saved. The goal was 20. That way I could afford a small but significant enough for me, my little family, piece of land where I could have solar and a nice small home for us and everything. Goats, sheep, um, nice place to run around. Maybe one of those soft little playground tops for my child. Um, I actually even had some really good deals, offers for land. I just needed to have enough for the land, moving a trailer or something livable there, plus paying for the home, um, the solar system, equipment, all that, and the fencing. That's the total came to around there, and I was doing pretty good working from home, doing different things. I was doing hard labor part time still, plus working online. I would have obviously eventually moved everything to working online. Um, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm in a coma, a nightmare, a dream, something. Um, I've been over backwards for people throughout the years. I've been kind to and helped people that have outright backstabbed me, did things to make my life extremely difficult, threatened me, which is extremely stressful for me. I already have anxiety. I am very introverted, very empathetic, very sentimental, stuff, all those things. Um, I worked for someone. I was told I would get 2 days off in a row. I was told that I would be working um, part time hours in exchange for a free room. Turned out I was working 18 hours a day, 0 days off. Oh, sorry, it was a free room plus 800 a month, which this is only a few years ago. That was not enough money. Um, I asked for a raise towards the end, and it was bumped up to 300 when it should have been bumped up to at least 500, if not 700. Um, I was so desperate to be around people that I thought loved me and to help and to be seen as valuable to someone. And I should have only been worried about being seen as valuable by my child, no one else. Um, yeah, that happened. That wasted 7+ months of my life. Um, my health went down the drain from lack of sleep. Mm, my child's progress and development slowed down. Um, and I got a fake thank you. This is after by also I got her because I have a medical background. I did take quite a few medical classes, and I did work in the medical for quite a few years. Field for quite a few years, and I used to heavily socialize with a couple of, well, an MD and a biologist, and a chemist, but that's different. It was a little friend group I had, and they taught me and told me a lot of stuff. And she had this huge hole in her leg, and they told me it had been there for 2 years. I got her leg fixed in less than 6 months. That's after fight. That's including me calling her insurance and the hospital and the doctors and talking to them on the phone, face to face, going with her, talking to them, begging them to do a synthetic graft for her wound, and getting the okay finally after we switched doctors, and then getting the okay after I had to write letters to her insurance and talk to them on the phone, and they finally agreed. They sent me the approval letter, and then they called and all that, and she got better. I'm glad she got better. I'm not saying they owe me more because she got better, because I fixed the problem that she had for 2 years and they didn't know what to do. I'm saying that I literally was not appreciated. I literally was still treated as someone of no value, as someone less than still. Posting these videos to vent, to reach out. I do want to be heard, you know. And I know other people go through similar things. Maybe people are going through it right now and they're listening. I hope I can get to the point where I can do live videos on here. Anyways, happy holidays.